Kursk Submarine Disaster. The Kursk Submarine Disaster was a tragic event that occurred on August 12, 2000, in the Barents Sea, Russia. The Kursk, a Russian nuclear-powered submarine, sank during a training exercise, killing all 118 crew members on board. The disaster was one of the worst submarine disasters in history and highlighted the dangers of operating submarines in the harsh conditions of the Arctic Ocean. In today's video, we will be showing you the Kursk Submarine Disaster. Without further ado, let's begin. The Kursk was one of the newest submarines in the Russian Navy's Northern Fleet. It was an Oscar-class submarine, which was designed to attack enemy ships and submarines. The submarine was equipped with cruise missiles and torpedoes and was powered by 2 nuclear reactors. In August 2000, the Kursk was participating in a training exercise in the Barents Sea. The exercise involved firing torpedoes at a target ship and testing the submarine's ability to operate under Arctic conditions. The disaster. On August 12, 2000, during the training exercise, the Kursk suffered a catastrophic explosion. The explosion was so powerful that it registered as a seismic event on nearby monitoring stations. The submarine sank to the bottom of the sea, 354 feet below the surface. The Russian Navy initially denied that there had been an accident and did not request international assistance for several hours. When the Navy finally requested help, it was too late for the crew members, who were trapped inside the submarine. Efforts to rescue the crew members were hampered by the difficult conditions of the Barents Sea. The water was too deep for divers to reach the submarine, and the Russian Navy did not have the equipment or expertise to carry out a rescue operation at that depth. After several days, the Russian Navy was able to attach a salvage barge to the submarine and lift it to the surface. The crew members had all perished, and the cause of the explosion was still unknown. Investigation. The investigation into the Kursk submarine disaster revealed several factors that contributed to the accident. The submarine's torpedo tubes were found to be poorly maintained, and one of the torpedoes exploded in the tube, causing the catastrophic blast. The investigation also revealed a lack of communication between the crew members and the higher-ranking officers, which may have contributed to the delay in requesting international assistance. Additionally, the Russian Navy was criticized for its slow response and lack of transparency in handling the disaster. Aftermath. In the aftermath of the Kursk submarine disaster, the Russian government launched an investigation to determine the cause of the accident. The investigation identified the explosion of a torpedo as the most likely cause of the sinking. The torpedo was an outdated model that had been in service for over a decade, and it was suspected that a malfunction had caused it to explode in the submarine's torpedo room. The investigation also revealed that the crew had not been properly trained in emergency procedures, and that the submarine had been poorly maintained. There were also concerns about the lack of communication between the crew and the command structure on shore, which may have delayed the rescue effort. The Russian government faced widespread criticism for its handling of the disaster, and many observers saw it as a reflection of the country's broader problems with corruption, inefficiency, and the lack of transparency. The incident highlighted the need for reform in the Russian military and the broader society, but progress has been slow, and there are ongoing concerns about the safety and readiness of the Russian armed forces. The Kursk submarine disaster also had a lasting impact on the families of the crew members who died. Many of the families struggled to come to terms with the loss of their loved ones, and there were complaints about the lack of support and compensation provided by the government. The Kursk submarine disaster was a tragic event that had significant impact on the Russian Navy. The loss of the Kursk and its crew members was a severe blow to the Navy's morale and reputation. The disaster also highlighted the dangers of operating submarines in the harsh conditions of the Arctic Ocean and the importance of proper maintenance and safety procedures. The Russian government faced criticism for its handling of the disaster, particularly for its slow response and lack of transparency. The disaster also raised concerns about the safety of Russia's nuclear-powered submarines and the potential risk associated with their operations. The Russian government faced criticism for its handling of the families and for the lack of transparency in providing information about the accident. Many of the families were left in the dark about what had happened to their loved ones for several days, and some were not informed of the deaths until after the submarine had been raised to the surface. The tragedy also highlighted the dangers of nuclear-powered submarines and the potential risk associated with their operations. The Kursk was powered by 2 nuclear reactors, and there were concerns that the reactors could leak radiation into the sea if they were damaged during the accident. However, the Russian government assured the international community that the reactors were intact and that there was no danger of radiation leakage. Nevertheless, the accident raised concerns about the safety of nuclear-powered submarines and the potential environmental risk associated with their operations. The Kursk Submarine Disaster also had broader geopolitical implications. The accident occurred at a time when Russia was struggling with economic and political instability, and it highlighted the challenges that the country faced in maintaining its military capabilities. The disaster also highlighted the importance of cooperation between countries in responding to submarine accidents. The Russian Navy initially rejected offers of assistance from foreign countries, but eventually, international teams were allowed to assist in the recovery of the submarine and the crew members. The Kursk Submarine Disaster was a tragic event that had a profound impact on the Russian Navy and the international community. The loss of the Kursk and its crew members highlighted the dangers of operating submarines in harsh conditions of the Arctic Ocean and the importance of proper maintenance and safety procedures. The accident also had broader implications for nuclear-powered submarines and the potential environmental risk associated with their operations. The tragedy will forever be remembered as one of the worst submarine disasters in history, and it serves as a reminder of the risk and challenges of operating submarines and maintaining their safety. The Kursk Submarine Disaster was a tragic event that had a significant impact on the Russian Navy and the international community. The loss of the Kursk and its crew members highlighted the dangers of operating submarines in the harsh conditions of the Arctic Ocean and the importance of proper maintenance and safety procedures. The investigation into the disaster revealed several factors that contributed to the incident, including poor maintenance and communication issues. The Russian government faced criticism for its handling of the disaster, and the tragedy raised concerns about the safety of Russia's nuclear-powered submarines. Overall, the Kursk Submarine Disaster was a reminder of the risk associated with operating submarines and the importance of ensuring the safety of crew members and proper maintenance of the vessels. So guys, let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section below. For more interesting content, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next video.